strategy, bro. I like it. Very nice. Da 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 da.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the new and improved Military Gamer Supply SITREP for this week, starting today, April 30th, 2017. We got a few things to talk about today, and hopefully, you notice we're trying to step up our game a little bit. I've got this nice, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but this is the closest thing I could find to a smoking jacket here in El Paso. So I'm not really sure because the girl that I bought this from, I wasn't too sure if she was tracking on whether I was buying this for serious use or just kind of as a joke for what we're doing here. So I don't know. I think I kind of scared her a little bit with this purchase, but it looks classy to me, so why not count it? So all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get started here. The first thing I've got highlighted is EPCON 2017. It was, just to put it lightly, it was awesome. We had a lot of participation. The GT went very well. We had a lot of participation in a lot of the other games. We had about 30 people playing Dungeons and Dragons on our tables by some of our guest GMs. So that was pretty cool. And we're going to continue building on that. We're going to try to do one in November, a GT in the store, and then next year I'm going to talk about EPCON 2018 here in a little bit. But we had a lot of good positive feedback. We've already had a lot of walk-in referrals from Comic-Con, so we're pretty excited about what you guys brought to the table, helped us out with. We're promising to build on it and do better every year. So next year we got some really cool things planned. One thing that did come up, there are some rumors going around. We didn't have any drops from we didn't have any eliminations from the GT, the Warhammer 40k GT. It was all self drops, so we didn't have to drop anybody from that. So just to address those rumors that are out there. So overall, I mean, it was a very positive experience. Everybody's pretty excited to do it again next year. And again, look for us probably doing something either November or late August, but something in the fall that's going to come up that will have a cool GT for the area. It was so well received that we definitely want to keep doing it. So thank you again for all the participation from everybody out there. It was awesome. All right, so speaking of El Paso Comic-Con, again, I screwed this up. I can't ever get these things right. So El Paso Comic-Con 2018, we are going to have a ton more space, so we're going to have to fill it. So some of the cool things that we're kicking around is the Warhammer 40k is going to be a major next year, so we're already starting the plans for that. We've already got in contact with some vendors and some sponsors, so we're going to have some cool stuff going on next year. So we're really excited, and it's just going to continue to build on that success. So you guys are a huge part of that. Everything that you guys do helps us build a better community, and in turn, we want to keep building on that success and bring you even more cool stuff to do here in El Paso, and Comic-Con is definitely a huge part of that. So some of the cool things to look forward to, other than Warhammer 40k Major, we'll probably be doing some LVO style, some Las Vegas Open style tournaments where we're running multiple game systems at the same time. So look for Malifaux, Warma Hordes, X-Wing, Armada, Age of Sigmar, and some other game systems that we are going to be running some simultaneous tournaments. So those of you that didn't get to participate in a major regional tournament, we'll get to next year at EPCON 2018. Some of the other things that we're looking at is more list building and more competitive sort of mindset type panels. So like list building, theory crafting, all that sort of stuff for what you guys need to take your gaming to the next level. And that's going to come from Warhammer 40k and then also Magic the Gathering. So we're looking forward to that. We've already got some panelists lined up. We're also going to bump up the cosplay game a little bit. And Dungeons & Dragons is definitely going to get a level up for next year. We're actually looking at getting some guest cosplayers to come in and basically be human miniatures, so life-size miniatures. You as the players will be able to stand around and tell them what to do, and they'll have to act out your guidance, and unfortunately they'll have to react to your critical failures. So we'll see how this goes. I'm actually pretty excited for that because I think that'll be pretty cool, having some life-size D&D going on. So we'll see how that turns out. And definitely, if there's any suggestions, I mean, we're definitely open to the programming. So if you have ideas, please hit us up. One of the other cool things that we have going on right now is the Warhammer 40K Shadow War. So this just kicked off. If you want to get in on it, please come hit us up. But it's probably the easiest way to get into Warhammer 40K. Right now, I mean, I've even been able to get into it. I've got my team of scouts, so it's a 1,000-point team that you put together, and basically it's like a D&D or an RPG style match for Warhammer 40K. So it's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of different factions that are represented. Right now I'm doing Space Marine Scouts, but that might switch over to Sisters of Battle. So there's just a lot of cool stuff. They've got Inquisition, Tau, Orcs, everything, just everything that you can think of for the Warhammer 40K universe. So it's actually looking like it's going to be a lot of fun, and we have a lot of different factions that are represented. So it's kind of cool. There's some progression elements to it. You actually get to take your guys, if they survive each fight, and build them up over the course of the season or the league. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So if you're looking for more of a narrative, which still has some elements of competitive nature to it, this is definitely the thing to check out, especially if you've been kind of skittish about getting into Warhammer 40K. This is a good place to start, because you do start with 5 or 6 models depending on what faction you're playing and how you pimp them out. So there's a lot of good things to get in on Shadow War, especially if you're thinking about it and you're flirting with the idea of doing Warhammer 40K. We will have some more stuff coming up for Age of Sigmar, and there are some other leagues and seasons always starting all the time, so please check out the website, because you're going to find out that we've got a lot of different things going. I've actually got the schedule I'm going to bring up here in a little bit, but if you're really interested in 40K, this is the place to get started. So that's a lot of cool things going on. One of the other things that we are trying to get up and running would be the Magic the Gathering. We've had a lot of feedback that people want to learn how to play. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and hit us up. We're going to be doing some learning how to play events. We have it on Thursday, Friday, and then I think every other Saturday. So you can get in on that. We have Commander and Standard going for Friday nights. So if you're interested in learning, please come by. And even some of the guys who are playing in the different matches that night and stuff, they'll sit down with you and teach you how to get into it. We gave away 300 promo decks at Comic-Con. So we know there's a lot of new potential MTG guys out there, guys and gals, so go ahead and let us know if you're interested in learning, and we'll make sure we get you matched up with somebody who can teach you how to get into the game. We're even thinking about doing some sort of like intro, beginner style tournaments and things, just some learn how to play nights. So please check the schedule and be on the lookout for that. But we gave away those 300 decks, and I'm hoping we get some more players in the community, because that would be awesome. We've got an incredibly healthy Magic community here in El Paso, and it's growing. I mean, we just did the pre-release for Amonkhet, and we just did the full release this past weekend. And all the game stores, all the card stores were absolutely full. We were actually pushing people to each other's game stores because, I mean, we were just maxed out. So it's a good sign that the community is growing, and that's awesome. So please continue to refer people if they're interested in learning, and we'll continue to provide those with those resources so we can make sure that you guys get into the game that you enjoy. And if you're looking for something, we've always got something for you. So that's kind of our big thing, what we're really trying to push here. So let's move on to the schedule here. So as you can see, and it's going to make me log in here, so this is bad. Let me do that real quick. It's going to bounce all over the place because that's what it does. course, I'm having an implosion with the calendar. All right, awesome. Technical difficulties, what we do with that. But anyways, at the bottom you can see the URL, calendar.militarygamersupply.com. We have a lot of cool things coming up this week. So Monday night we've got Dead Zone. That's kicking off at 7 p.m. And it goes until about 10 p.m. And additionally, we have Southwest Area Gamers are going to be doing their board game nights on Monday nights. So feel free to stop by and check that out. And then on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then again on Saturdays, we have D&D Adventure League. So this is a good time. It's open play for everybody. Come by, check it out if you're in Dungeons & Dragons. There's a lot of new groups starting up, and it's also designed to help people get into the D&D sport or gameplay. So go ahead and check it out if you're interested in Dungeons & Dragons. Otherwise, on Thursday, we also have MTG Modern Tournament. And then Friday, it's open game night for Warhammer 40K. So there's a lot of cool things going on with Warhammer, especially since 8th edition is coming out. So a lot of people are shying away because of 8th edition coming out. But now is the best time to actually get into it because you're going to get a feel for the game mechanics. It's very similar to Age of Sigmar. So if you want to play Age of Sigmar, it'll kind of give you at least a feel for some of the mechanics. Obviously, it's going to be changing because, fantasy versus sci-fi. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that will transfer. So that's Friday nights, and we do have newcomer ITCs coming up all the time. So if you're getting into the hobby, those are perfect ways to start. Actually get some points for the tournament circuit, but then also kind of figure out what you need to do to get your army right. And then also on Friday we have Friday Night Magic, Commander, and Standard. So these are two separate formats that we've got going in the same night, and they're actually both very well attended. So if you're looking at it, feel free to stop by. And then on Saturday, we have Malifaux and Warmahorde's Throwdown. That's happening all the time. There's a couple tournaments coming up this weekend too. We have a 100-point X-Wing tournament coming up. We've also got a couple other things. We have an Age of Sigmar tournament coming up on Saturday. So just please check the calendar. It's at calendar.militarygamersupply.com, and that will lead you towards any of the different scheduled events that we have. So please check that out. Other than that, some good news to bring up is May is Warhammer 40K month, part due. So we did do Warhammer 40K 2 months ago, and now the Games Workshop is actually going to let us sell online, and it's going to be at 15% off. So, that's going to be the minimum price or the maximum discount that you're going to be able to give online. So all of our Warhammer 40K product is going to go online, but you'll also be able to stop by the store and get 15% off. The thing is, if you have a membership, you get an additional 5% off, but that only works in the store. So you actually have to come in and show us your membership, and then you get an additional 5% off for a total of 20% off on Warhammer 40K products. So this is kind of getting ready for 8th edition, also getting ready for their online sales and their deep discount for the online retailers. So go ahead and check it out. If you're interested in getting into Warhammer 40K, what I highly recommend is you come in, check out Shadow War. Which those games are going to be happening all the time. They're really pickup games right now as the season of the league progressed. So check that out, and yeah, then Warhammer 40K, if that's what you're into, let us know. Other games that are picking up, we have Infinity is really picking up, and also we have Dead Zone. So Dead Zone's happening on Monday night, so make sure you check out Dead Zone there. It's starting off at 7 p.m. on Mondays. So please check it out because there's a lot of cool stuff with that game, and the games are pretty short. So if you're interested in a quick tabletop game, Dead Zone is definitely right up your alley for that. So that's all I've got here for Military Gamer Supply. I hope you guys have a good week, and we will see you next weekend.